Every single year, over 800,000 suburban buyers walk into automotive dealerships, sit down across from sales reps, and make a decision that they believe is as simple as choosing between Coke or Pepsi. They pull up specs for the Honda CR-V, compare them to the Toyota RAV4, and come away believing the exact same industry line, that these two Japanese crossover titans are essentially identical appliances. The sales pitch is always the same. They will tell you that whether you buy the Honda or the Toyota, you are getting a practical, ultra-reliable, high-resale family hauler that will sit in your driveway for 15 years without giving you a single mechanical headache. That is the single biggest lie in the automotive industry. Car sales reps and marketing glossies want you to believe that the CR-V and the RAV4 are two sides of the exact same coin. But the moment you strip away the sheet metal, you realize that Toyota and Honda have built two completely alien machines engineered on totally opposite principles. They don't drive the same, they don't route power to their wheels the same way, and their hybrid systems belong to two entirely different generations of mechanical thinking. One uses a heavy-duty planetary gear setup engineered like an industrial generator, while the other functions almost like an electric vehicle that carries a gas engine purely as an onboard power station. One offers class-leading passenger space while hiding a small displacement turbocharger headache, while the other claims bulletproof long-term durability while carrying a hidden, multi-thousand-dollar electronic wiring vulnerability under its rear floorboards. Today, we are tearing down the sales myth to expose the real-world engineering truth between the CR-V and the RAV4. The hybrid transmission divide, power split versus direct drive. Nowhere is the lie of sameness more obvious than when you look at how these two crossovers build their hybrid systems. If you step into a Toyota dealership and test drive a RAV4 hybrid, you are driving Toyota's famous e-CVT power split system. Underneath the hood sits a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine mated directly to a planetary gear set and two electric motor generators. Notice the phrasing, planetary gear set. There are no steel drive belts, no hydraulic clutches, no torque converters, and no traditional gears shifting up and down. When you step on the gas pedal in a RAV4 hybrid, the planetary gear set mechanically merges the output of the gas engine with the electric motors in real time. It is an exceptionally durable setup, the exact same core architecture Toyota has refined for over 25 years in commercial taxi fleets worldwide. However, that planetary gear setup creates a distinct real-world driving characteristic, the famous engine drone. When you try to pass a truck on a high-speed highway or climb a steep mountain pass, the computer forces the gas engine up to high RPMs and holds it there, creating a loud, roaring engine sound until you ease off the accelerator. Now step over to a Honda dealership and test drive a CR-V hybrid. Sales reps will tell you it's just another hybrid crossover. But mechanically, it functions completely differently. Honda uses a two-motor series parallel hybrid system. For roughly 80% of your daily city driving, the CR-V's 2.0-liter gas engine does not physically connect to the front wheels. Instead, the gas engine revs quietly under the hood to drive a generator motor, sending electricity straight to a powerful electric traction motor that drives the front wheels. The gas engine is literally acting as an onboard power plant, driving an electric motor that drives the car, much like a diesel-electric locomotive train. A physical clutch pack only locks the gas engine directly to the front drive wheels when you are cruising at steady, high-speed highway velocities, where direct mechanical drive is most efficient. Because the CR-V spends most of its time operating as a direct drive electric vehicle, it delivers a totally linear, EV-like driving experience. When you step on the gas in city traffic, the acceleration is whisper quiet and instant. There is no roaring engine flare or rubber band gear slippage like in the RAV4. However, that smooth drive comes with a highway trade-off. Because the CR-V relies heavily on its electric motor to do the heavy lifting, its top-end highway efficiency drops off faster at high speeds compared to the direct mechanical gearing of the Toyota RAV4. The space and comfort war, passenger volume versus rugged aesthetics. When you walk through a dealership showroom, the visual impression of these two crossovers couldn't be more different. Toyota styles the RAV4 with chiseled lines, angular wheel arches, and an aggressive front grille meant to mimic a full-size, heavy-duty truck. Honda designs the CR-V with a sleeker, understated, and refined aesthetic. That exterior styling choice translates directly into how much physical space your family gets inside the cabin. Toyota's aggressive, sloping roofline and high floor pan cut directly into interior passenger volume. If you sit in the second row of a RAV4, you immediately notice the tighter dimensions. The second row legroom sits at 37.8 inches. For young kids, that's fine. But if you are loading adults, tall teenagers, or bulky rear-facing infant car seats, the front seat passengers have to slide their seats forward to accommodate the back row. Furthermore, the RAV4's rear doors open to a standard 65-degree angle. When you are trying to lean into a cramped parking space to buckle a child into a car seat, that restricted door opening creates daily physical frustration. The Honda CR-V completely dominates the space race through superior floor pan packaging. Honda pushed the rear wheels further back, lowered the floor, and optimized the cabin geometry. The result? Over 41 inches of rear legroom and a massive 103 cubic feet of total passenger volume. The rear doors on the CR-V swing open to a full 90-degree angle, opening almost perpendicular to the body. You can walk straight up to the rear seat holding a heavy baby carrier or bulky cargo and slide it straight in without contorting your back or hitting your head on the door frame. The hidden mechanical vulnerabilities dealers hide. Sales reps love to talk about pristine consumer safety scores and high resale values. But every car on the market carries a hidden engineering weakness. Neither the CR-V nor the RAV4 is perfect, and their long-term flaws can result in massive repair invoices if you don't know what to watch out for. For the Toyota RAV4 hybrid, the most famous hidden liability is the infamous Cablegate issue. On all-wheel drive RAV4 hybrids, a high-voltage orange cable runs underneath the belly of the vehicle to power the electric motor mounted on the rear axle. On earlier models, Toyota positioned the cable connection in an open mesh housing right near the rear wheel well. If you live in a cold climate where highways are treated with road salt and liquid de-icers during winter, water and salt kick up directly into that exposed connector. Over time, the copper terminals severely corrode, shorting out the hybrid system and throwing a master hybrid warning light on your dash. Because high-voltage components are expensive to service, replacing the corroded wiring harness used to cost owners anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 out of pocket before Toyota stepped in with extended warranty coverage campaigns. While Toyota updated the connector shroud on newer models, those driving in salt-heavy winter states must keep that underbody connection inspected. Honda carries its own mechanical ghost, specifically in non-hybrid gas models powered by the 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. To pull adequate horsepower out of such a small engine, Honda forced high turbocharger boost pressures and direct fuel injection into the cylinders. During short winter commutes where the engine doesn't reach full operating temperature, unburnt gasoline washes down the cylinder walls and mixes directly into the engine oil, a phenomenon known as fuel-to-oil dilution. Additionally, as these high-boost 1.5-liter engines push past 80,000 to 100,000 miles, the intense thermal pressure inside the combustion chambers can stretch the factory head bolts. This causes premature head gasket failure, leading to internal coolant leaks, engine misfires, and multi-thousand-dollar engine repair bills. Real-world fuel economy, towing, and maintenance realities. When you cross the 100,000-mile mark, marketing promises fade away, and your bank account faces the cold reality of real-world fuel economy, towing limits, and routine maintenance invoices. If you look purely at city fuel economy, both hybrid systems perform extraordinarily well, routinely delivering over 40 miles per gallon in stop-and-go commuter traffic. However, the moment you get onto a fast-moving open highway at 70 or 75 miles per hour, the mechanical differences split them apart. Toyota's e-CVT planetary gear set allows the RAV4 hybrid's 2.5-liter engine to lock into a direct, highly efficient mechanical ratio with the drive wheels. On long highway road trips, a RAV4 hybrid routinely delivers 38 to 40 miles per gallon, beating out its competition even at high sustained speeds. The Honda CR-V hybrid, by contrast, relies on its electric traction motor to do heavy work. While its direct lock clutch engages on flat highway stretches, climbing grade hills or driving into heavy headwinds forces the engine to spin hard as a generator. As a result, high-speed highway fuel economy in a CR-V hybrid drops closer to 34 or 35 miles per gallon. Over 100,000 miles of heavy highway commuting, the RAV4 holds a measurable fuel cost advantage. When it comes to towing utility, the gap grows even wider. The Honda CR-V hybrid carries a conservative towing rating of just 1,000 pounds. Honda engineers limited the rating to protect the thermal management of the electric traction motors under sustained heavy loads. If you attach anything heavier than a light bike rack or a small utility tray, you risk overheating the hybrid electronics. The Toyota Rav4 hybrid is rated to tow 1,750 pounds in standard hybrid trims, while specific adventure-oriented trims and plug-in hybrid models push towing limits up to 2,500 to 3,500 pounds. If you plan to tow small jet skis, a lightweight camper, or a utility trailer full of yard equipment, the Toyota offers real utility that the Honda simply cannot match. At the end of the day, the biggest lie in the SUV industry is that the Honda CR-V and the Toyota Rav4 are identical choices. They aren't. They are built on two totally different engineering strategies designed for two completely different types of drivers. Choose the Toyota Rav4 if you prioritize maximum high-speed highway fuel economy, higher towing capability, and a proven planetary hybrid transmission. You want a rugged, truck-like exterior aesthetic and a drivetrain engineered with zero drive belts or hydraulic clutches to wear out. You live in a warm or dry climate where underbody road salt corrosion poses no long-term threat to high-voltage battery cables. Choose the Honda CR-V if you prioritize maximum rear seat passenger room, class-leading cargo space, and 90-degree rear door opening angles for effortless family loading. You want a smooth, quiet, EV-like driving experience in city traffic without engine flare or loud transmission drone. You live in snowy salt belt states where Toyota's underbody cable corrosion poses a potential out-of-warranty risk, and you prefer Honda's sealed internal floor pan packaging. The sales reps might try to convince you these two SUVs are interchangeable, but now you know the real-world engineering truth. Which philosophy wins a permanent spot in your driveway? Are you anchoring your savings to the industrial efficiency and towing capacity of the Toyota RAV4? Or are you choosing the class-leading passenger space and smooth electric drive of the Honda CR-V? Drop your real-world mileage numbers, shop repair experiences, and driveway debates down in the comment section below. Let's fight it out. Hit that subscribe button to keep your capital safe from bad car purchases. Stay savvy, and I'll see you in the next one.